This couple waited anxiously for 4 long years to welcome a baby into their lives.
We were looking for the firstborn child, which took us almost 4 to 5 years.
I remember when I noticed I'm expectant of my firstborn, I was very happy.
However, their joy was tragically cut short when their son died under mysterious circumstances.
Mamake Liam alipokea simu kutoka shule ya Goodrich International akiarifiwa kuwa mwanawe alihusika katika ajali ya barabarani.
So it's really confusing as we don't really understand.
Wakitaka kujua ni vipi gari la shule lilipita nyumbani kwao zaidi ya kilomita 2 kutoka eneo la tukio, huku mtoto akiketi bila mlezi mbele ya gari.
We are still wondering actually what really happened, because now the school bus that knocked him is the school bus that he was inside. And another question we are asking ourselves is, why is it that they left school, passed my home, went like 3 kilometers away from my home and knocked my baby from there?
So the kid opened the door and jumped out.
Deborah was one of the first individuals to arrive at the scene. What she witnessed was profoundly disturbing, leaving her heartbroken.
The first thing I saw, the head was crushed. I couldn't even tell like where the front was or the back. The head was completely crushed on one side. Before he could stop, alikuwa shamkanyaga.
Ni maelezo ambayo familia imetilia shaka.
Even parents are confused and unsure about the cause of their son's death. But what exactly happened?
Why did you take my child to the bush? Because that place is bushy. Why is it that you left my house and took my son there? I need to know the truth.
Where was the matron who was supposed to take care of the children? Why did they allow the child to sit in front by himself?
And how is this family coping with such profound loss?
It took me by surprise, and also I was in deep shock because the news were not friendly.
I just need to know the truth. And the school is really avoiding us so much. They don't want to tell us what really transpired. You call them, they have excuses. It's like they're not feeling our pain.
After the police came, that's when they started to interview the driver. So he explained what had happened. He had seen the baby playing with the lock.
This is their painful story.
Ni kwa sababu ya session ya kuwekea mwenda zetu mtoto wetu Liam.
Okay, my name is Mercy Nelima Nasirembe. I'm from the western part of Kenya. And I'm married to Elijah Kimtai Mosi. And we've been in marriage for like almost 9 years. And you know, when we met, when we got married, we stayed for like 3 to 4 years before getting our firstborn. And I remember when I noticed I'm expectant of my firstborn, I was very happy. It was our joy when baby Liam came.
So my name is Elijah Kimutai Mosi, the father to late Liam Kipruto. So me and my wife, we met like 9 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago to be precise, and we were very eager to get a child, which of our eagerness and anticipation, we were looking for the firstborn child, which took us almost 4 to 5 years. That is when God blessed us with this lovely boy, Liam Kipruto, who was born on March of 18th, 2020, which I'll never forget that day because I took a leave from my company, went overnight, reached there at 4 o'clock to where he was born. On that, we were very happy. Liam came to earth. He brought a lot of blessings to me and to my family. Every day I saw Liam, I saw happiness, I saw life, I saw opportunity, I saw desire to do everything on earth. Even he made me who I am right now. He made me pursue my degree in electrical engineering because I anticipated him to be better, because already I'm better. I wanted him to be more better than me. So when we got Liam, all that day, the first 1 year, I was happy to hold him every day, playing with him, though he was very young.
So after then, when he was 2 years old, we noticed that he had the capabilities of going to school. So we decided that he goes to school when we were staying in Umoja. But later on, we moved to Katani. So it made us to change the school since Umoja and Katani is so far. So we decided to take Liam to Goodrich International School.
I even went to one of the school meetings. I was very happy to see that my son was performing very well.
Okay, so as usual on that fateful day, it was on a Friday. And as usual in the morning when I wake up, I have to prepare my son for school, prepare the breakfast. I make him brush the teeth as usual as a mother, so that when he goes to school he's fit for class. So Liam left. I remember even the caretaker of the bus calling me in the morning and telling me she's almost. So I told her that Liam is already waiting for you. When they came, my son left for school, and he left for school, and later on I joined them in the school, but we didn't meet each other. But in the evening when I was running my own errands, I'm called that Liam has been involved in an accident. And I was like, what is it? I called the class teacher because she's the one who had called me. I asked her what really has happened to my son, because if he left the school when he's okay, what really happened? She was like, no, just come, Mama Liam, just come. I really tried. I called her before I go to the incident, because where I was to where that place the incident had happened is like almost 7 kilometers, and from my house to where it happened, they actually passed my house to the other side. It's like 2 to 3 kilometers away from my home. So they actually passed my home, and my son, when they took my son to the far end, and that's where my son was involved in an accident. But I didn't get it so clearer what really happened, because nobody is explaining to us what really transpired, ndio mtoto wangu akagongwa and all that happened. Because if you ask the school, they don't want to explain to us. The teachers and anyone who was on board doesn't want to explain to us the real action or whatever really transpired on that day. Because even if we make a follow-up, they are really avoiding telling us the truth. If he really fell off the bus, or he opened the door and fell off, we are not so sure about it.
I'm Deborah. I'm Mama Liam's sister. So on the day Liam passed, my sister left her shop first, then I followed. On reaching there, I had already been told the baby had already left us. So on reaching there, I saw crowds of people and my sister was already crying. I called a cousin of ours, and she told me to confirm first if really the baby is dead. So I asked the teachers to show me where the baby had been placed. They showed me, and the baby was covered in some shawl. I went there and opened the shawl. The first thing I saw, the head was crushed. I couldn't even tell where the front was or the back. The head was completely crushed on one side. So after that, I made some calls and waited for the police to come. After the police came, that's when they started to interview the driver. So he explained what had happened. He had seen the baby playing with the lock, but he didn't know the baby would open the door. So the baby fell out. Before he could stop, he had already stepped on the baby. So the bus was just standing where the baby had been crushed, and the baby was moved to the side, and he had already been covered. The blood was already dried up. Yeah, so from there we proceeded to the morgue where the baby was preserved, waiting for the postmortem.
So when I got the news while I was working in Rwanda, it took me by surprise. and also I was in deep shock because the news were not friendly. So I talked to my bosses in Kigali to ask for permission to come back to Kenya to see what's going on, what has transpired, what the accident my son got, what's going to happen next. So in the process, I came to Kenya. We went straight to Athi River police station, where we went now to see the report which was written by the school, and also to proceed and take the post-mortem report from the police station, where we met the traffic police who was in charge and was able to give us the post-mortem form, where we went with the two of them, two police officers, back to Shalom morgue. On top of that, we also went with our lawyer, who happens to be our family lawyer, who was able to guide us through the process on what was going to be next. On that fateful day, the next day, where we did the post-mortem, which was on a Saturday. The post-mortem report indicated that the boy had the bus, or rather the bus tires were the ones which crushed his head, his skull, and that was what which caused his death. After that, then we decided to transport the body from from Shalom morgue to Eldoret, which is the hometown, which we reached later that night on Saturday. We were able to place him on Kamosor Referral Hospital, where we put him in the morgue. Until now, we were planning how to now proceed with the funeral arrangements. That day also we got the burial permit, and so that week we had planned for what was going to transpire. Then we arranged everything until on Saturday last week, we were able to lay our son to rest. May he so rest in peace. And currently we are still pursuing the justice to be served on our son, because right now we took the death certificate from the Athi River, which is the Office of Births and Deaths. Now we're only waiting for the chief's letter, which is coming today from Eldoret. Then on Thursday, we'll be proceeding to the hearing of the driver who was driving the bus. So from there now we'll be able now to follow up on the next proceedings. And may his soul really lay at rest.
At least the mother had the opportunity to say goodbye, unlike the father who was away at work. Though it wasn't a proper farewell, it's something she will always hold dear in her heart. Liam's sudden departure has left an irreplaceable void in their lives, according to his mother. She shares that no one has ever prayed for her or reminded her to pray as diligently as her son did. She believes that even in heaven, Liam continues to pray for her. The mother also adds that up to now, they don't know the truth of what happened that day, as they have yet to receive clear explanations.
Because when I was called, I was like, no, because this is my firstborn son. Actually, that is my only son. I don't have any other son, and he's the firstborn. Liam is like a prayer warrior. He prays for us. He sings. He participates in church. So I felt so bad. If I'm losing Liam, that day I felt like if I've lost Liam, I've lost even my life. Because Liam's prayers are the ones that keep us moving. Liam will always pray for mommy. Even if you want to go to sleep, Liam will remind mommy, we need to pray before we go to sleep. So it has really got us down, and we are still wondering actually what really happened, because now the school bus that knocked him is the school bus that he was inside. And another question we are asking ourselves is, why is it that they left school past my home, went like 3 kilometers away from my home, and knocked my baby from there? So it's really confusing us. We don't really understand what really transpired. Ndio mtoto wangu akagongwa huko mbali.
baby Liam brought a sense of completeness to their family. Liam displayed a surprising wisdom beyond his years, and only at the age of 2, he was taken to school, as he had a lot of dreams, but his promising life was cut short.
It has been sad. It has really affected us. And I didn't know that that very day my son could lose his life, because I was even in the school. Little did I know that Liam was going to leave me. If I could have known, I could have asked even the class teacher to let him out so that I just say hi to him. But I didn't know that that evening I couldn't see my son back home. And last weekend on Saturday, we were forced to lay him down, because now if we keep him so well, and because of the scars he had, it could amount to something else. So we decided to lay him early enough. And we thank God, because He's kept us, He's given us the strength, because I know it's never easy for a mother or a parent to bury a child at that early age. But we thank God, because He's kept us, He's given us the strength, because He's the one who gave us and He's the one who's taken. We can't take it like for granted. Yeah.
The wounds of losing their firstborn are still raw and deeply felt in their hearts. It's incredibly challenging to navigate such a profound loss. However, they cling to hope and pray to God for healing. They trust that with time, their hearts will find solace and that they may be blessed with other children.